Can I take his time and answer?
No, you can't have my time.
But what I'm saying,
you can jump in.
Well, Fox 51 Good Day is your local election headquarters. A heated debate last night. Senator Ted Cruz and Cruz-Allred taking the stage there in Dallas, facing off in the first and only debate ahead of their November election race, in a razor-thin race that could decide which party controls the Senate. And with all that being said, Smith County Democratic Deputy Chair Cam Ray now joining us live in studio to give her reaction to what she saw last night. Cam, good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. What did you see last night? What was your reaction?
It was an interesting debate. It was definitely feisty, which we were expecting. Definitely got some good zingers, one-liners on both sides. But again, I think the big focus is on this race. While they characterized each other as extremists, there's only one extremist in this race, and that's Ted Cruz.
What did you make on Allred talking about his past immigration stances that, of course, Cruz tried to attack him on last night?
Yes, so that's one thing that was really interesting, because that quote from Cruz-Allred is from like 2018, and I think as he's learned more being in the House, he's updated his opinions, which is something that we should all be doing. As we learn more information, we should be changing our opinions.
What did you make of Cruz's overall performance last night, especially on abortion? Because we knew that was one of the biggest topics last night. I think they started off with abortion last night, and especially in this race. What did you think of his conversation last night on abortion?
I think it was typical Cruz. He was unwilling to answer the direct questions on the exceptions for rape and incest. Again, 1 minute he's for it, and then the next he's not. So which is it? Because you can't have it both ways. It goes back to his comment about being pro-life. Are you only pro-life when there's a fetus in the womb, or are you pro-life all the time? Are you pro-life when it comes to the life of the woman who is pregnant?
Certainly, Allred Cruz, we saw what happened last night. Again, it was a heated debate. Did you expect Allred to kind of do what he did last night? Were you surprised by his performance, or did you think he did a good job to maybe reach some undecided voters? No,
I think he did a very good job to reach some undecided voters. He's a moderate, and he came across that way. He's very calm and controlled, which is what we expect, and he really did show his positions so that the undecided voters could understand where he's coming from.
And recent polls, multiple polls, show that Cruz has a slight lead over Allred. How do you think this race is going to shake out in the final weeks coming up here before November 5th? Again, he certainly could close the gap, but how can he do it in your opinion?
In my opinion, he's got to continue what he's been doing. The race is within the margin of error, so we like to keep that in mind. It's difficult to take back a seat in the Senate from the statewide level in Texas. But Cruz-Allred his campaign's been successful so far. He's getting endorsements from Republicans now, so we just need to continue on with what he's been doing and show the person that he is.
Who do you think has all the momentum right now on this really nationwide race that everybody's paying attention to?
Again, I think Allred is picking up in the polls, so I think he's definitely got the momentum in this race, and it's really up to him. It's his race to lose. I think he just needs to continue to show how Ted Cruz is and how he is, and that more people in Texas align with Cruz-Allred than they do with Ted Cruz's extremist policies.
All right, Cam, thank you. We appreciate you coming in on this Wednesday morning. I know it's your first time coming in to join us here live in studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.